Thank you, Renard.
We're good to go.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April meeting of the Prince George's County Cable Television Commission. I am Cherie Gibson, the chair.
I'm Festus Udejofo.
Thelma Newsom Summers.
Cynthia Miller.
Okay, and Commissioner Driver is absent this evening, but welcome to everyone. The first order of business is the approval of our minutes from the March 24th meeting. Commissioners, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes? And are there any edits or revisions to the minutes at this time?
No.
No change.
No.
No changes? Okay, thank you for that. So the minutes will stand as approved. Thank you. Next, we'll move to our action items.
Hold on one second, I missed that. Okay, I'll get to the action item because something is wrong with my file here. I can't open it, but there are no action items at this time. We can move to the next.
Okay. Do you want to come back to that, Gina?
Sure, yes, I will.
Okay, so we'll table the action items and then we will return to that. So next we'll have our monthly reports.
Okay, the monthly report for the Prince George's County complaint inquiry for the month of March 2021. For Comcast, we have 10 open items. For Verizon, we have 13 open items. All these calls are closed and there are no outstanding calls. And that concludes my report for the monthly complaints.
Okay, all right. Next, we have the Community Television of Prince George's County report.
Okay, that report was submitted and it was accepted.
Okay. All right. Now is the portion of our meeting where we hear from the public. Gina, do we have anyone from the public registered to speak this evening?
Sure, we do. And
Okay.
I'm going to start from the list here. I'm going to start from the first person here. I have Miss Evelyn Lemus.
Okay.
Miss Evelyn Lemus, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Awesome. Yeah. You can go ahead and speak to the commission about your complaints. Miss Lemus, can you hear us? I believe she's on mute.
Okay.
Evelyn? Okay, if she can't hear us, I'm going to go to the next person while we're waiting for her to come back up. Miss Nancy Whipple, are you there? Miss Nancy Whipple?
Ms. Whipple, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, you're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mhm.
We're all set?
Yes, ma'am.
Good enough. Okay, I'm Nancy Whipple. I live in West Laurel, Maryland. And I have been on a mission for the past 6 months, trying to replace the receptacles that were put in our community in Prince George's County about, well, I think 1986. And it's been quite a mission. We've had a lot of boxes here that are rusted, that the wires are pulled out. And I've been dealing with both Verizon and Comcast. And I got to tell you, it's been quite an interesting a trial here for me. I'm a resident of West Laurel. I am a board of the West Laurel Civic Association, and we want to keep our neighborhoods nice. These boxes are an eyesore, and I'm finally, knock on wood, getting some kind of results. But I'm just saying that I believe that the companies or the county should be keeping a better eye on these boxes. Now, I know there's not boxes in all the areas in West Laurel, but in this area, in area 5 that I am a resident of, they are in pretty bad shape. And it's just recently that they've actually acted on replacing some of these boxes. And I just want to know what can be done. What is a solution? Is there anybody that comes through and oversees these boxes on a regular basis? I'm sort of at a loss at this point. I've been out taking pictures of cable boxes, sending them to everybody I can possibly think of. And it's been very discouraging, to say the least. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you, Ms. Whipple, for joining us today, and thank you for telling us about your experience and your work that you're doing there in your community. I would ask Gina, I'm not sure if you know about the boxes and how the county works with those, and then I would want to also just ask our representatives from Comcast and Verizon, from their respective companies, if they are aware of the policies for maintenance, anything that they could add to the discussion. So first, from the county, Gina, do you know of how the county oversees these boxes?
Well, yeah, Ms. Whipple, she had filed a complaint, and I was able to assist in trying to escalate, her complaint to both Verizon and Comcast. And technicians were dispatched out there, and they took care of as far as I know, they took care of it. And I'm not sure if there are more complaints.
Yes, there is. There is. It has not been complete. And I'm telling you that I was told by Verizon that it was complete, and it wasn't. I was told by Comcast that the job was complete. I'm retired. It's not that I have a lot of time on my hands, but I do care about my neighborhood, and I drive around and I see the boxes. So it's actually insulting to hear that they're fixed and they're not.
Sure.
I had to go through Tom Jernoga's office to get some help, because he is, of course, with the Prince George's County Council. And that is the only time that I got some action. And actually just today, I got an email from Comcast who completed some of them, but still I'm driving around and going, no, you didn't get all of them. And it's just so discouraging.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ms. Whipple. Are you able to provide the commission through Gina a list of these locations, or just so that we have a record of where you're talking about, so that we could help to track some of these locations and cases and help to ensure that these things are happening?
Well, I have to say, Gina and I had a discussion on the phone. She was very, very helpful. And we talked about this, and she actually steered me in the right direction. I mean, she really helped a lot, but I felt I had to let my county representative know about this, because they might be fixed today, but there's a lot of them, they're rusted. They've been hit by plows. People have pulled wires out of them. Children pull wires out of them. And because kids are out of school now, hey, those boxes are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. And all I'm asking, and I sent an email to the Miss Fountain from Comcast just today, that in my opinion, that is county property. County property, it's like the trees. They got to come and cut the trees and trim the trees and fix the sidewalks. I believe that the county should be also acting on our behalf by checking those boxes. And if they are in really bad shape, they should be reporting them to the specific company. This was the biggest issue. Verizon, I'm not a technician. The Verizon was saying that they're Comcast boxes, and Comcast was saying they were Verizon boxes. I got this actually for about 3 or 4 months. I got this run around. It was unbelievable. And I guess I've taken this mission to heart, and I've actually written in our local newspaper about the experience I had with these cable boxes. And I really want to get the information out. I think that the county should be responsible. They do have the county come around and make sure everything is hunky-dory in our neighborhood with their little white van. They should also be checking those boxes. And if they see those boxes are not in good shape, then I think Comcast and Verizon should be coming out and fixing them. Just my opinion.
No, thank you again for sharing that. And I'm glad Gina was able to assist you. She is absolutely available to continue with any additional inquiries. We do have representatives from Comcast and Verizon on, and
That's
would
why I'm
love.
here tonight. That's why I'm here tonight. You
Great.
probably won't see me again.
No, well,
I don't, but I do. I felt so strongly about, and Gina said, she invited me. She said,
good.
you know, come to this meeting. You can find us about it. You'll have your representatives here. And I
Yes.
really, truly hope that this whole thing will, you know, come to a great conclusion. Like I said, I'm promising my neighborhood, I'm putting my neighborhood, telling them I'm going to take care of this. And
Yeah.
it's been quite a trip.
No, and we are so glad. That's exactly why we're here and why we have this meeting. So we're happy to have you. But I'd just go ahead and ask Mr. Fountain from Comcast is here, who I think you mentioned. And good evening, Mr. Fountain. Are you able to just give us a high level understanding of how you all approach this issue?
Yes, good evening, everyone, and good evening, Ms. Whipple. Thank you for attending this meeting today and sharing your thoughts and concerns about the issues in your community. As you know, we're working on it right now. You know, we've been sharing some emails back and forth, and I'm providing updates as soon as I receive them from our technicians that are going out in the community to assess these broken pedestals and fixing them. So the best call to action for us will be for you to continue to share the information with your government leaders, as well as with Gina as well. Once that information is shared with me, I'm sharing it with our escalations team to figure out the best plan of action to get these issues resolved. And now that I have your contact information with the ones that we've been already working on, I'll make sure that I'm providing you updates as I receive them. I do apologize for you feeling the way that you feel, but I do want you to know that we are working hard to get those resolved. Our technicians are doing a lot of work in multiple communities within our footprint. And it takes residents like yourself to just be our eyes and ears on the community on the ground. And for us to work in partnership to make sure that our communities have the resources or the boxes are at a certain point that's workable and that is not endangering anyone. So share the information with Gina, share the information with your government leaders, and we will provide the updates as soon as we receive them.
One last question. Like I said, I wrote an article in our local paper that goes all the way across West Laurel. And West Laurel's a big area, and a lot of the people do not have boxes, but some of us people do. I want to give the right information. I don't want anyone to go through what I just went through. Who would, if do I call the county? Do I let Gina know? If I see a box, if I'm driving around in the neighborhood and I see a box, who do I report it to? Or who do I say in my article? Because I'm writing an article about this situation. Who is the contact for these receptacles to have them replaced? Can you please, if I can give you my email address, if you could give me the person, a warm body that says, hey, we're going to get somebody out there. That was the most discouraging part, was the fact that I was getting a serious runaround. I want to get that information out so it's correct. I'm not going to be running around the neighborhood doing Comcast and Verizon's job. I will put the information out saying, this is who to contact if you see your receptacle is bad. Because I think that's part of the problem is people just don't know. They don't know because they would ask me, is it a Verizon or Comcast? I don't know. I don't know whose box it is. I mean, it was really something. It was, yeah, it was really something. But anyway, if you can give me the contact people, of course, I know about Gina, but I also would like to know Comcast and Verizon, the contact people, so I can put it in the paper correctly.
Well, I would suggest that you share Gina's information, and Gina will be able to collect that information and share with us at Comcast, and we will be able to make sure that it gets to the right people. It's not a one person is the main point of contact on our end. It's shared within many of our technicians that are available to take action on that. So share the information with Gina, and we'll be sure to follow up and make sure that we can resolve any issues.
Okay, well, the hotline is being in print now, so I will put down that Gina is the point person. And if this is not, if you don't get any action, I would highly recommend calling Tom Dernoga and having him as our representative, you know, take some action. I'm just trying to do the best I can here.
That sounds good. We also have Karen Handy from Verizon. Karen, are you able to just talk about Verizon's approach to the receptacles, the boxes?
So when we say the receptacles and boxes, we are talking about freestanding pedestals, right? And not the boxes attached to anyone's home. Is that correct?
They are the smaller, older boxes that were put in probably 1985, 1986. They're the smaller boxes. Those
are they freestanding pedestals, or are they attached to someone's home?
They are attached to someone's home.
Okay, so then that's a totally different issue. If we're talking about boxes, ONTs that are attached to somebody's home, Verizon will only do any repair if that person contacts Verizon directly.
Yes, and
we will do freestanding pedestal repair when we are notified of the location. But if it is attached to someone's home, the resident can call Verizon and we can come and repair it if needed.
And who is the contact again at Verizon?
If it's a freestanding pedestal issue, then you can again direct it to Gina, and Gina has the contact information at Verizon.
Okay.
If it is a box attached to someone's home, that resident just needs to call the 800 number at Verizon and they can file an issue.
Okay, I did that just to let you know I did that, and I was completely unsatisfied with the response, and that's why I'm here tonight. So I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that about those boxes. All right. And I will definitely use Gina as a go-between. Thank you very much for your time. That's all I got to say.
Ms. Whipple, I think your best contact would be just to contact the Cable Commission. Just contact me at the Cable Commission and I'll be glad to assist.
I appreciate that, because
okay?
that's what's going in my newsletter. You might be getting a few calls, okay?
Yeah, just contact the Cable Commission. You can send email with all your questions or with all your complaints, or you can just call, okay?
I gotcha.
Cable Commission would be your best bet.
I can finish my article tonight, which is a big plus in my book.
Well, thank you, Ms. Whipple, for joining us. And yeah, we are here to support you, and absolutely use Gina as your contact. And she's really great about keeping us informed. It has great lines of communication with their provider. So we look forward to successful, resolution. And certainly if things are not looking the way they should be, you are welcome at any time to come back to our meeting, but hopefully we will be able to help get this resolved for you. But thank you for joining us.
And Gina, if you would please send me the invitation again for next month, like you did this month, I really do appreciate it.
Not a problem, Ms. Whipple.
And I want, if I see positive results, I will certainly let you know.
Oh, definitely. I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Ms.
very
Whipple.
much. Thank you. I'm going to leave and let you have your meeting. Thank you. And I appreciate all the information I got tonight. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a good
Have a
evening.
good evening.
Thanks for joining. Okay.
Okay,
All
Gina, do
right.
we
So
have
the
any
next
more?
person. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just asking if we had any additional
Oh,
public
yeah.
comment for
Mhm.
tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to call again on Miss Evelyn Lemons. Are you there? Can you hear us? She's on mute though. Can you unmute yourself, Evelyn Lemons? Okay. How about Miss Newsom? Natalia Newsom, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I don't have any complaints. I was just listening. This is my first time.
Oh, okay. You don't have any complaint?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're here to join us and just listen, right?
Yes.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Okay. I also have someone, is a phone number with a 202 ending with 435. Are you there? It doesn't have a name, but it just have a 202 number. And it ends with 435. Are you there? Can you unmute yourself? I just sent a request for her to unmute, but for whoever to unmute themselves, but I don't think they're hearing me.
Yeah, I see him.
Evelyn Lemons, can you? I just sent a request to her to unmute.
Hi, I don't understand so much because today is my first day in the song. I don't understand so much.
Hello.
Can you speak up?
Excuse me?
Yes, my name is Charlene Trailer. I am calling from the 9435 number.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first meeting I'm attending, so I'm just kind of listening. I don't have any issues.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us. Right. You don't have any complaint?
I do not.
Okay, great. Okay. Thanks for joining. Okay. So I really,
Gina, Miss Lemus was speaking as well.
oh, okay. Okay, I'm
Hi.
sorry. Miss Lemus, can you hear us?
I don't have one complaint because today my first day to come for this song.
I'm not sure I can hear her. Can
Yeah, I'm having a really hard time hearing as well.
Miss Lemus, can
It's
you
okay.
speak up?
Hi.
Hello.
Miss
Hi.
Lemus, okay. Can you speak up?
Okay.
Hi.
Go ahead and speak. We're hearing you. Miss Lemus?
Gina, I'm not sure.
Hi, excuse me.
Yes.
Hello.
I think she's having a bad connection.
Hello.
Yes. Do you have a public comment for the Cable Commission?
I say I don't have one completion for this because today my first day to come for this song. I say.
Okay, well, maybe I have an email address. I can contact her and see if she can, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else caught any of that, but it was very hard to hear.
She said something about this was the first time that
Using Zoom.
that she came on Zoom.
Mhm.
Okay, so she doesn't have any complaint? Does she have any complaint?
She didn't state a complaint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
Or
sure if
comment.
she has one.
Right.
That's all, that's the part I heard.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Newsom Summers. Gina, I think we can move on in the agenda unless there's anyone else that you see for
I
public
don't
comment.
see anyone else on that. No, I don't see anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, for the public.
Do you want to go back to action items?
Okay, yeah, I can go back to that right now.
Okay.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so for the action item, there was one action item, and that was a response to Ms. Mohammed's inquiry in reference to the lack of availability of Verizon service in her area. So, and also she had a complaint about outages and unstable services. So Verizon conducted a research by Karen Handy, the Verizon franchise manager, and she found out that with the approval from the HOA, Verizon has started building service in Ms. Mohammed's development, which is the Pines. And also she stated that Fios is scheduled to be available by the end of this summer, if not sooner. Okay. And also Comcast reported that there were some minor outages March 16, 17, 31st, and also on April 7th in her area. And that the longest outage was on March 16th, and it lasted for 7 hours. Comcast also stated that Ms. Mohammed was compensated for all those outages. Okay, that concludes the action item.
Thank you, Gina. All right, so moving on in our agenda, we do we have a report from the Comcast representative, Mr. Fountain?
No report this evening.
Okay, and do we have a report from our Verizon representative, Ms. Handy?
No, Ms. Gibson, we do not.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
All
welcome.
right, next we're going to move to commissioners' comments. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments this evening? Anyone?
I would just like to thank the people who came on to find out more about our commission and how it operates. And we welcome anyone that wants to join us.
Thank you, Commissioner Newsom Summers. Anyone else? Any other comments?
I just have a question about the boxes, receptacles. So do Comcast and Verizon, do they share those boxes? Is that why they were bouncing back and forth on the ownership of them?
We do not share the boxes, and I don't know anything about bouncing back and forth since this is my first time hearing about this issue. So I can't speak on to anything about bouncing back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a question on that too. She never mentioned the number of boxes. I know she says she's just driving around looking for, I guess, this kind of boxes. How many boxes are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a great point, and that's why I wanted her to, provide us in writing maybe a summary. Maybe she could put together a quick table or something that would just show the number and location, because I don't have a way of quantifying it. Gina, I don't know if you know, just based on your initial interaction with her, is this like 3 boxes or is it 30, or like, do you have a sense of how many it is?
No, she, the last one she provided was about maybe a couple of boxes, which has been, taken care of. So that said, if she has more, she can just go ahead and provide those, but I haven't heard from her. So she just started the meeting first, but yeah, it was just a couple of them, and that has been, those has been resolved.
Okay.
Yeah. But like she said, she drives around and then maybe she finds more.
Yeah.
She hasn't communicated that to me.
Yeah, also, I mean, the scope of her neighborhood, I mean, we don't know. She said she lived in West Laurel. That's a big area. So we don't really know. She could be done with one neighborhood and then go into another neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, once she provides the information, we escalate, we just send it to the escalation team to, address the issue immediately, but she hasn't provided any. The ones that she provided has been resolved, so.
Yeah, I think part of her concern is that she thinks that, and I don't know how the county manages this, but that, she shouldn't have to see all of them, that they should kind of automatically be some kind of rotation, or, is there a team that goes out on a regular basis to see these things, or, I think that's part of her concern. So when she sees them, she's, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand what you mean,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure about the team going out to look for that. However,
Yeah.
most of the reports that we get are from citizens. When they, the county encourage, try to encourage citizens that when they see stuff, they can report. We have 311, they can report. We have, they can, just report any open pedestals or,
Mhm.
fires and all that. So, but as far as team going out to look for that, I am not sure, but I can look into that and see if we have anything like that.
Well, I was a little confused
Permission.
as to whether she was talking about pedestals or on people's houses, because
Right.
if people don't call, then nobody from Comcast or Verizon is expected to drive around and knock on your door and say, you got an old box.
Right.
You would have to, that would be part of your responsibility as a homeowner
Exactly.
to call. I can understand the public ones, but I was just a little confused as to which was which.
Yeah, and Miss Handy from Verizon made that great point that if it's on a house, then that private homeowner is the only one authorized to inquire about that box. So I think that that's good information that she can include in her newsletter, and good understanding for her. Any other questions or comments this evening from commissioners?
That's it for me.
Okay. All right. So then we will close just by saying that our next meeting will be Wednesday, May 26th, same time, and I fully expect to see Miss Whipple. So we'll be prepared to have her again. But thank you all for your participation and attendance. And if there's no other business, this meeting will stand adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all
Thank
for
you.
joining. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you have a good evening.
Good night.
You all have a good evening. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.